Sorry, my throat's just getting dry. But so that's the interesting part of it, though, is there's in human beings and every animal. There's the individual fighting everything else to survive. But it's been really it's this is what makes human beings different than many other species is that we have such a we it's been so adaptive for us to not be individuals competing against each other, but in every respect, but to be individuals that work together against everything else. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, when push comes to shove, you protect yourself and you provide for yourself. But there's such an adaptive advantage to the human race when it comes to people working together and maybe in the short term sometimes sacrificing themselves for others, but then for the whole species that leads to greater success than just for that individual. And you know what I mean? Like families, time and time again, show that that's almost like a microcosm of society where individuals play different roles, and some individuals will sacrifice themselves for the other ones, or some individuals in that family will they do things that seem illogical if you were to exclude the possibility of this nebulous family bond, or love, quote unquote love, or whatever you want to call it. These impulses to protect other people outside yourself, or these impulses to provide for other people even despite yourself and your own success.
And like, what would win out ultimately?
Yeah, I'm just saying
Well,
that
I mean, we're in
those
it,
two
aren't
things.
we? Like
Yeah, we're
that's
seeing that happening all the time. Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, those two things are happening within a human being. Most of us.
that's a part of the human experience.
Yeah, that's a part of being human. Is the two things where we are an animal that will be like the great white shark by itself in the ocean, but we're also an animal that will be like the ant that will even die, or the bee that will even die for the entire hive or the entire colony. And there's also the animal that's like the herd animal, like the
It'll
the
just go in the direction that the herd
right.
is moving.
There's the whether you're a chimpanzee or a gazelle or a tuna or whatever the hell it is, there's that cooperation and just being together as part of nature, our nature too.
All of it occurring simultaneously.
Right, that's all happening at the same time, and it's really complicated.
Hey, look, dude, it's complicated.
That's a great way to just kind of wave your
Write it
hands at
off.
it. Yeah, I mean it is though. I mean when you say if I was to say it's complicated, that's true. Doesn't mean the conversation has to end there, but
I think we've gone.
we've
We've
gone all over the place.
yeah.
I think we've definitely been, like you said, it wouldn't be surprising if someone could overlay this onto someone like lip syncing with two guys just like sitting on a couch in a basement eating big like bakery sized metal bowls filled with cereal and like
Oh, actually,
toking on that dank sweet.
Kush.
Yeah.
Um, I love when they do that though. When they make cartoons and they more or less draw the reactions that they're envisioning based on the voices. Have you seen that type of stuff?
Yeah, I've seen plenty of people that they take audio from some like a let's
Yeah,
play or anything else, and
yeah,
they'll make their own animation based on it. Yeah, I think I've seen people really do that really well before, and it can be a lot of fun. On YouTube, I mean, the only issue is you have to find people who are willing to give their audio to you and let you use it. So there are people like the Game Grumps, there's Markiplier in some limited capacity. and some other people where they tell anyone who wants to animate, they're like, just go forth and animate, and we won't be, making claims on copyrighted content or, you know, hindering your creative process. I've seen a lot of fun videos where people, or scene anners, like animating what scene anners says sometimes can be really funny.
PewDiePie is one that comes
They
to mind.
animate, some people animate his shit.
Yes.
I have
Like there's
zero
one with
interest in.
Portal 2 and oh shit. They've really captured the essence of what you would imagine him being like animated.
I have to check that out. If you find it, send it to me. But yeah, the ones I've seen have mostly been Game Grumps, if you know what I'm talking about there, and
There it is.
Markiplier and C Nanners, those animations.
It's called God, there's a series, but don't worry about it. Pewds animated. I just typed in Portal 2 PewDiePie animation. But fuck. I love that shit. Um but it was as expected a super enjoyable conversation.
Yeah, dude. I always like talking with you. I think that's another nice thing about the human experience. It's just kind of like through our exchange of sounds, just like sound, our thoughts converted into noises and just waves in the air, and then hits your ear, and then is converted into information in your brain, and then the two of us are kind of like mind melding, but through the intermediary of,
Like two brains talking.
it's kind of like the intermediary of all this other stuff, but it is like indirectly our brains, joining together, kind of copulating, I would say.
Well, it's like I when we're talking and I listen to your voice, I'm not imagining you as your physical form.
Me either,
I'm
yeah.
I'm almost imagining your voice is like I'm experiencing your God, I wish there was a different word for this, but your soul or your spirit or like you're represented, your voice is taking on a form fully. Like I'm not just listening to you. Your tones, your timbre, everything about like the way you're expressing yourself through voice is like a being. Like I'm experiencing your being.
Totally, dude. No,
Lucky
I
Lucky
agree.
Charms.
That's what I was thinking
It's
too. I know.
it's
I
so
think it's fun. You
there's
get to
no
experience the other person.
good words for it. Like is if you can express it as simply as possible without going into that terminology of soul, spirit,
Right.
or those things, you're gonna be well served because there's too many connotations with the other words.
Right. You're right. There's some words that have there's they're packed with they're like packaged with so many other concepts.
I got it. Is it synesthesia?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So when you're like your sight, but you can taste it. Like you're
Right.
seeing something, but it's
You can
melding almost with another sense.
yeah,
So when I
like
hear your
mhm.
voice, my other senses are engaged. That's how I'll put it.
Your fifth sense or your
Well, my other
sixth sense.
senses.
Yeah, no, all your senses are getting involved. I know what you're saying. Yeah, and like that person seems they seem yellow to me. Or that's such a yeah, I know what you mean.
Well, it's immediate too. So we haven't spoken in a while, but right when I heard your voice, I
Mhm.
had a sense of you in your entirety, not as your body, but as whoever you
Right.
are. The second
More
I heard your voice, I was immediately reminded of it.
right, and more than just it's more than just the meat and bones and yeah.
Yeah, whatever that intangible aspect of a human being is, I perceive it when we talk. Like when I hear your voice, I perceive that intangible aspect of yourself when I hear it. It's pretty fucked up, and it's definitely stoner talk. But yeah, so I enjoyed it, and
Yeah, thanks for the
hopefully,
chat.
hopefully we can loop in
Yeah.
Shell Shelly next time.
Yeah, it just, the West Coast, how that is. It's tough finding her at a time when although it's already pretty late, so she probably could have been home, but
Well, if you ever do find yourself in a conversation with her,
I'll
let me
try to
know.
let you know.
'Cause I'll
And
definitely jump in.
I should have texted her earlier. I mean, I texted her around when it was 5 for her time, and we were just getting started. But
Yeah.
I should have texted her maybe an hour or two into it and seen if she was available then, because we were still going. I was kind of hoping that she would check in if she was still interested. You know,
No, it wouldn't have worked out because can you imagine
three
coming
people.
into the
Oh my gosh.
conversation about an hour ago? It'd have been like, oh, well, you warmed up.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
need to
Like
warm up.
the our I,
You're liable to pull something.
yeah. I mean, our souls, our both of our souls' pelvises are pretty flexible, but hers is I don't know. I don't
Well,
know if hers.
you gotta warm up to
Yeah.
it. You gotta stretch.
Be like, hey, Shelly, you get started by yourself. Maybe watch, hearing it, listening to us will help. Join in later.
The mouth noises. Yeah, you can edit that part out.
Oh no, that's
I
Stain.
totally thought I.
That is so Stain.
Alrighty, dude. Have a good night, and hopefully I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And feel free to ever call or text or email or
You'll definitely get the random emoticon through text,
nice, nice.
at the very least.
All right, sounds good.
Alrighty, man.
All right, good
Take
night,
it easy.
dude. Yeah, take her easy. Take her easy, dude.
Bye.
All right. All right. Now, through that conversation, I haven't even really been paying attention whatsoever to my playing. I just kind of zoned out. So I apologize if it was boring, but I just was so engrossed in the conversation that I was almost autonomically playing and just sort of reacting, putting the game playing on like a autopilot, and subroutines in my brain and muscle memory kind of just took over, and I just probably farmed pots and godlands and whatever dungeons came up that don't require too much conscious thought. And I hope you guys didn't mind us kind of having a weird combo, but it's just kind of sometimes what is fun to do. So I think I'm gonna probably just get off now, but hope you guys are having a good week, and I will talk to you guys later.